How's it everyone, Grant here, welcome back to the channel. And the all-new Moto Z2 Play is compatible with existing Moto mods like these right here, as well as new Moto mods that will be coming out in about a month. So when the new mods come out, you'll probably be able to find some good deals on these existing mods right here. So let's check them out and see how they work with the Moto Z2 Play. So I've got a style shell cover here. We can put that on and it fits perfectly. And it does cover up that camera bump, but not as much. It still protrudes just a little bit. There you can see. So it helps with that massive camera bump. Place that back on. It covers up most of it, but the camera bump still protrudes a little bit on this particular style shell. Now this is a very thin style shell. The wood covers are a little bit thicker. So I'm thinking if you put a wood cover on here, which I don't have anymore, it should pretty much be flush with this camera. But these thinner nylon ones, the camera will still protrude. So if you want to lay it on the table, you could risk scratching up the lens a little bit. So there you go. But this on a Z Play pretty much covered up the whole bump. So there you can see it's flush. So there is more of a bump obviously on the Z2 Play because putting even this thin shell on really gets rid of that bump and sits flush with the camera. So again, Z2 Play for some reason, you know, it fits, but with these very thin nylon ones, it'll still stick out a little bit. Again, with the wood ones, they're a little bit thicker. I'm pretty sure it'll be more flush. And we can try some other mods here. I've got the Incipio power pack here. You can see the Incipio branding on the bottom. So this added, let's see how much power, 2220 milliamp hours. So it added 2220 milliamp hours, but what I found with these power packs is that you don't get that full capacity because a lot is actually lost in wireless transfer. So you probably get about half of that. So this added maybe half a day of battery life, so you're not going to get that full capacity. So don't go by the capacity. I think the new power packs are supposed to be just about as thin, but offer, I think, maybe about another 1000 milliamp hours. So you should get a little bit more out of the newer power packs when they come out. But this is the Incipio Offgrid power pack. It has wireless charging. So some of the power packs that came out last year you couldn't charge it. The only way you could charge it was you put it on the phone and you would charge it through the phone. This one does not have a port to physically plug in a cable, but you can just place this on a wireless charging pad if you got one, and it'll charge up separately, so you don't have to charge it through the phone all the time. But if we place this one on, you can see it fits, and let's see if it recognizes it. You saw Moto Mod there, so it does recognize it very nicely. Okay, and if we look up top there, you can see it's the battery icon has changed to this plus sign. I believe they used to show two battery icons, so you can see the power of the pack versus the power of the phone, but it looks like they combined it this year. And Moto Mod battery, it shows you at least there. So I hit that battery mode. You have two different modes, default or efficiency. So default Moto Mod keeps battery at 100%, or efficiency mode, it'll keep it at 80% and it'll last longer, so up to you. But there you go, the power pack, and so you can see how much width or bulk that might add. Turn that off, show it from this side. Here's what it looks like on it. Side profile, so not much bulk at all, and because it's a thinner profile, this actually feels like almost a normal phone in the hand. I don't feel like it's adding a ton of bulk, and this battery pack by itself is heavy because batteries, well, are heavy. And so even though it looks thin, these battery packs can be heavy, but because the phone is so thin, compact, and light by itself, when I add the battery pack, it's really not as much heft as it used to be on last year's Moto Z. So this doesn't feel so bad at all. Versus if I put this onto the Moto Z Play from last year, you can see how much more bulky that looks. There. So this actually feels a lot heavier and a lot bulkier than when I place it onto this year's Z2 Play. And it has this nice little ridge there to pry it off really easily. So again, put it onto the Z2 Play, recognizes it immediately, and definitely does not add a lot of bulk. And I'm actually kind of, first impressions, actually liking the extra thinness on the Z2 Play. A lot of people are going to hate it because they lose that extra battery life, but my gut feeling is that this could probably give a lot of people 2-day battery life if I see anything like I saw on the G5 Plus, and it really isn't adding as much bulk or thickness, so I don't really mind keeping a battery pack on it at all times. Anyway, as far as first impressions go, we'll see. I'll use it like this and see if it changes, but I am liking that extra thinness actually. So that is the battery pack. I also have the JBL Soundmod Right here I've got the white one. I really like that look. And we can place that one on so you can see what that looks like. See if it recognizes it. There you go. JBL Soundboost mod recognized immediately. And this actually has a battery pack in it, so you'll see 88% battery on the Soundboost there. And this is definitely going to add a lot of bulk, but you have a couple speakers with some drivers in there, so it's definitely adds some heft. It definitely adds a lot of bulk. You can see how recessed that camera is in there. It does have that nice little kickstand, so you can lay on the table that way or that way. And we can even do a quick sound test. So we go into YouTube, play something, and we'll crank it all the way up. And actually the audio on this, so it only has one speaker grill, so front facing single firing speaker. So we'll play it at full volume. And we'll just put the Moto Mod right on it. Crank it all the way up. Now that's loud. That is a huge, huge difference. Take it off. So that's without the mod. Full volume on the phone. With that front-facing single-firing speaker. Put the mod on. So huge difference with the mod. The mod is actually makes a big difference on the sound quality there. It's a lot louder, sounds a lot better, but it is definitely bulky. So it's something you have to want to consider if you're going to want to carry this thing around with you all the time. But it definitely works, and it definitely does make a huge difference if you're just trying to use audio from your phone. So there you go, some existing Moto Mods and how they work with the Z2 Play. If you're interested in picking up any of these current mods, keep your eyes out on some deals as the new versions of these mods will be coming out over the course of the next month. These mods still work great, and you might be able to save yourself a few dollars by picking up these older versions right here. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.